Welcome, lovely people. Today we're not playing on any particular console because we're here for yet another blog reading. This one is the second blog for the third episode of the most recent story arc. That is one heck of a mouthful. Let's read it. It's called What Price Hope? And once again, I have not read this myself yet, so we're going to discover it together. And hope I don't mess up too much. Actually, Future Laura likes it when I mess up too much because then we have bloopers. So, let's hope I mess up.
Oh, haven't you done such a good job starting by completely forgetting to read out the location that the blog takes place, which, incidentally, is Sector 2261, Planet Mogo, Ruins of the Blue Lantern Sanctuary. You're welcome.
Saint Walker surveyed the remains of a settlement assembled to house interstellar refugees on Mogo. A settlement once defended by Blue Lanterns like himself when rogue Sinestro Corps members attacked. The conflict was instigated to shatter the morale of the refugees, replacing the hope within them with fear, the source of power for every lantern clad in the yellow uniform of Sinestro's finest. Their terrifying assault succeeded for a while, but the yellow ring wielders were defeated. Their Cordian soldiers...
Yes, so that word is soldiers.
Where there were...
Do you even know how to speak English?
Yes, I can speak English, okay? It just takes a minute.
You just keep telling yourself that, okay?
Their Cordian soldiers...
Soldiers!
Scattered to the four winds. What are the four winds? Is it just a nonsensical thing that they're saying, or is there actually four winds on Mogo? I don't know. Slowly, the survivors felt hope in their hearts once again, until the skies turned grey. For many, where there was once hope, or fear, or rage, there was only sorrow. And that feeling, that potent wavelength of emotional spectrum, was growing, spreading over the surface of Mogo like a wave, drowning everyone it touches in the depths of their grief. Even some with the strongest wills, Green Lanterns, had fallen to the grey. And yet Walker knew to his very core that the blue light of hope would be a beacon to the desperate, a safe harbour for the sorrowful. "Penny for your thoughts, Blue," came a woman's voice as Walker approached a gathering of other lanterns in what was once a command center. He turned to face the speaker, Carol Ferris, one of the Star Sapphires. Lanterns powered by the violet energy of love. That almost sounded like I said violent energy. Violet. "I was pondering the need for more blue lanterns," Walker said. "So many of us fell to the enemy forces during the Battle of Mogo, including one whose light shined ever so brightly, Sister Cavalera of Earth." "Esperanza, yes, I was there when it happened," Carol said softly. Oh, that wasn't soft. "Esperanza, yes, I was there when it happened," Carol said softly. I'm not good with softly. I'm also slightly sarcastic. I'm so sorry.
Yes, well, you are obviously not forgiven.
Her loss hit like a bomb, and her sister Lucia was at ground zero. It turned her, made her grey, and it wasn't much longer that Mogo went grey too. Maybe it wasn't so much longer until Mogo went grey too? Odd way of structuring that sentence.
I say this because I care. Maybe you are not the best person to be discussing and critiquing sentence structure. Or any structure. Or anything.
"A fate we could all suffer if we don't find a way to bring Mogo and Lucia back from the depths of their sorrows," Walker replied. "And we could just be the first to fall," added John Stewart, one of Earth's Green Lanterns. "Think about it. Mogo is capable of traveling through space at hyperspeed. If a Grey Lantern of his size and power makes it to one of the galactic population centers, or OA..." "Careful, John," Carol said calmly. "That's the kind of thinking that can put little seeds of despair in your soul, the kind that can turn green into grey." Perhaps we should focus on our efforts to help those in need here on Mogo, my friends, Walker said. I'm told evacuation plans will be enacted soon, yes? Yeah, we're on that. Normally it'd be a walk in the park, but we're having trouble rounding up the evacuees, John replied grimly. Oh, I did not sound grim. Yeah, we're on that. Normally it'd be a walk in the park, but we're having trouble rounding up the evacuees, John replied grimly. Since the grey wave hit, people are scattered all over Mogo, lost in their grief, paralyzed, or worse. We're sending people out to help, but it exposes them to the grey, and yeah, we're running out of time and lanterns. Some of our efforts have paid off, though, Carol said. Shutting down the Cordians and the rogue Sinestro core forces took two major sources of sorrow off the playing field here. Put some of that blue light of yours back in their hearts, Walker. Indeed, Walker replied. But some sources of grief, misery, and suffering remain, like the missing children and the undead forces of the Black. About that. There's something strange going on there, John said. Normally, Black Lanterns go out of their way to kill folks and add to their ranks, but here? Now? They seem to be content to hang back and let the Grey do their dirty work for them. You believe the Black Lanterns allow people to succumb to sorrow? To make killing them easier? Walker asked, concern in his voice. Oh, that's more than a little creepy, John, Carol said, visibly shivering. Thanks for that dash of nightmare fuel. Sorry, but we have to be realistic about what we're up against here, John said. The two of you sling rings powered by the emotions we need the most here. Hope and love. Call in as many of your core members as you can spare, or our troubles are just beginning. That's the end. That's very... nothing happens. They talk about what's happening, which is stuff we already know is happening, right? Except for, I guess we have found out that the Grey Lanterns are kind of being permitted to do their job, and the Black Lanterns are waiting in the wings watching? I don't know. You know what would be nice? If these characters that we know were in the game doing these scenes instead of reading them on a blog post online. I say that every time. I will try not to ramble about it, but we all know what I'm like. I don't like the blog. They still have not got me into the blogs. I don't think it's ever going to happen, to be honest, because putting the narrative somewhere other than in the game, I don't enjoy it. I don't want to go off reading on a website. I want to experience the storyline in the game. It's show, don't tell. Show us, especially in a game where we are actually experiencing it and can be really immersed in what's happening. Don't tell us, show us, because that was so brief. Barely anything happened. I did like those characters being the ones who were, being talked about and that we're, following the storyline of, but all they did was discuss something that could have been portrayed in the game. Especially with the way that they do the narrative missions at the start. Now, they could have added that to the narrative mission at the start, or even if they just want to tell us and don't want to show us, right? They could do that by having us have a conversation with the lanterns in the game and giving us that information that way so we can experience it through gameplay instead of on a blog, on a website, somewhere other than in the game. I just don't understand why they keep doing it. I don't really like them much, but hopefully this was helpful for anybody who did not want to go and read it themselves. You can just listen and then get as annoyed as I get. I would also just like to finish up by saying I apologize for the lack of content over the last week and a half-ish. I have been unwell and injured because apparently I can't just be sick. I also have to sprain my ankle. So I don't know, but I'm back to, I think, normal. I don't know. I had a live stream earlier today on Twitch and 2 times I felt really unwell all of a sudden. But I think for the majority of the time I'm feeling well. So we should be back to normal now. I'm very, very sorry. I certainly didn't intend to get sick and then be injured on top of it. That was not a fun time. But next weekend, it will be videos going out, not live streams. I will not be a Multiverses live stream either because we have a party, which is, I get excited about parties now because when they used to be, you know, socializing-y type things, they weren't as exciting as D&D type things, which is what we're doing from now on. Thank you for listening to me read and then ramble. And I hope you all have a good one, guys.
Oh, really? You hope we all do?
Yes, I even hope you have a good one, even if you don't care whether I have a good one. Okay, good.
Oh, please, if you cared whether or not I had a good one, you wouldn't make so many mistakes that I have to fix.